and we are Group 5 presenting our infographic presentation. Welcome to New Era, a fantastic location surrounded by picturesque surroundings. This little location offers the ideal fusion of peace and compassion and is well known for its gorgeous scenery and friendly people. We choose New Era because some of my members, we've been there and they know a lot of friendly restaurants. The topic is inventory management practices, strategies, and financial performance of selected restaurants, cafe, and tea shops. We gathered questionnaire and do survey to the people that are working within New Era's neighbor. 8 out of 10 people, customer are pleased with their services, and this is their comments. Miss Ruth said everything was okay except for the amount of maple syrup served with the waffle. You can see in the photo how insufficient that would be. You will be charged if you ask for extra. And others said, my go-to coffee shop here in Fairview. The place is quiet and cozy, so it's nice to hang out. Their coffee is also good for the fries and not local for me. The only thing that I don't like is that they play loudly and the music is not in the coffee. So otherwise, 8 out of 10 customers are pleased with their services.
So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angelo Peñaranda, and before we get started, and the topic that was assigned to me is the demographic profile of our respondents. So we all know that demographic profile is there consists of names, age, and also the genders and position of our respondents. Since it was in line to our paperworks or to the academic papers we conducted, it's just the only demographic profile or identity of our respondents is only the the age, also the gender and position of our respondents. So next. So let's go first to our the first demographic profile, which is the age. So we ranges the age of our respondents ranges to starting from 18 up to 30 years old, and we can conclude that the results we have the top three ages of our respondents, which is the 20 years old, 21 years old, and also the 22 years old. And our top age of our respondents would be 21 years old. So we can conclude that all the workers or the managers, employees like regular or casual employees, will ranges up to 21 years old, and also the 20 and 22 years old. The next one. Okay, and the other. Okay, okay, yeah, and the other one is the gender. We could conclude that we all know that we have a lot of gender here in our society, including the LGBTQIA plus community, and we just wanted to be more professional. Although we wanted to include that genders, but we choose the primary genders, which is the male and female. So, and also we are open if our respondents have a negative reactions to the gender that we put in our papers, and if they are not comfortable with this type of genders, we are open to that. But since there is no negative reactions to our respondents, we choose to continue this type of to pursue this two genders, which are the male and female. So upon concluding here, and the surveys that we conducted is that all most of it are male respondents, which is the range of, okay, one moment please, which is okay, one moment, which is 59.4% are the males, and the female are 40.6%. So we all know that most of the respondents are male workers in the industries that they are in, such as restaurants or cafes, and 40.6% are just female. But I am not saying that um because nowadays a lot of people are males who is running their business, such as, like for example, cafes, milk tea shops, food shops, and also like we all know that vape shop are also has the range to be in this type of industries. But we can also say that males can also be a our own, or can be own their businesses, something like that. But rest assured that on conducting this interview or surveys in line with this paper, academic paper, is that most of the gender who are workers in their industry they're in are males. Okay, and the next one. Okay. And lastly but not the least is the position. So in this position, it consists of three types of position, which is the casual employees, regular employees, and also the manager supervisor. So upon concluding here on our study is that most of the respondents are casual employees. The next is regular employees, and we try to give this to try to conduct a survey to a manager supervisor, but it seems like they are too busy to be part of this study. But we are also thankful that we can find some results or respondents, even though you know they have a lot of works to do in this type of industry. Because we don't owe their time, because they're also conducting their times to proceed in their jobs. So their time is very important, because they're also serving a lot of customer in their industry or restaurant or cafes they're in. But we still are thankful that they give us time to answer this study, so that they could be able to give their best knowledge and experiences in the restaurants they are working. So, on the casual employees is that more of the casual employees on the in the new era cafes or restaurants are in on that specific location, is that more casual employees are the one who is working there with the percentage of 56.3%, and for the regular employees is that 43.8%. So yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
I'm going to elaborate here. So, 16 respondents answered 1 to 2 years, which is tagal na sila, matagal na sila sa position na yun. 16% naman is 16%, another 16% respondent is less than a year. So, mga months pa lang sila sa position na yun, and the total of our respondent is 32. Next. Next is the handle, manage, and handles, manage, inventory. So, 7 respondents, which is sometimes lang sila nakaka-handle ng kanilang inventory, and 9% naman is many times na silang nakakahawak ng kanilang inventory. And 2% which is never pa silang, 2 respondents which is never pa silang nakakahawak ng kanilang inventory. And 14 respondent naman is lagi, lagi silang nakakahawak or ng kamay. Next, next is tabulate. So, here is the data that we collected in our specific location. Is area. First one is the type of operation. So, for correspondent answered restaurant, yung kanilang operation restaurant. Yung respondent naman is yung customer dining of the operation. Respondent naman fine dining yung kanilang type of operation.
Okay, for the maximum store capacity, for more than 60, it has one respondent, and for the 45 to 60, it has one respondent, and for the less than 20, it has 30 respondents, and for the 30 to 40, it has 17 respondents. Okay, for the operating schedule, it more than 5 days for 4 respondent, every weekend 1 respondent, every day 19 respondent, every weekdays 8 respondents. So for the average monthly business income, it has above 1 million, 0 respondent to 100 to 100,000 to 500,000, 10 respondent. Below 50,000, it has 19 respondents. And 50,000 to 100,000, it has 3 respondents. Okay. For monitor key performance indicators or KPIs such as average inventory levels, turnover, days inventory, outstanding, DIO, back orders, capacity, utilization, lead times for supplier, and performance to measure the company's success and improvements. For the always practice, it has 16 respondents. Often practice, it has 13 respondents. For the sometimes practice, it has 2 respondents. And for the seldom practice, 1 respondent. And for the never practice, it has zero respondent.
Next is
Next is combine suppliers and keep an eye on supplier parameters such as lead time, transport time, material cost, shortage, in inventory, and defect rates. The the respondents in always practice is 16, total of 16. And second is often practice, respondent is 12. And sometime practice is 2. And seldom practice is 2. And never practice is 0. Next. Maintain stringent internal controls for procurement and sourcing transfers, revisions, and inventory counts. And the total of respondents in always practice is 15. And over practice is 12. Sometimes practice is 5. And seldom practice 0. And never practice is 0. Next. Track the progress of orders, delivery schedule, shortage, and payments by using the supplier currents e-portal. And the total of respondent in always practice is 17, often practice is 18, sometimes practice is 4, seldom practice is 1, and never practice is 0. Next. Automate procedures to monitor and keep proper stock levels, and the total of respondents in always practice is 14, often practice is 14, sometimes practice 4, seldom practice 0, and never practice 0. Next.
Greetings po ma'am. Based po sa aming findings, ito po yung aming nakuha. Lalo na po nung nag-survey kami, and most po sa mga sagot is always practice. Meaning, madalas po nilang ginagawa at ito po ay nakasanayan na po nila. Next yan. Next. Tapos next pa ulit. At dito naman po, na-total na po namin yung buong answer ng mga respondents hanggang order and receipt delivery. Until prepare demand forecast, same din po dito sa inventory counts. And tapos po ang regularly conduct cycle counts, instead po na full inventory count, this involves counting a small subjects of inventory on a continuous basis para it allows for more frequent and accurate tracking of inventory levels. Tsaka po, in addition, ang inventory management po is a critical aspect of business operation that involves overseeing the procurement, storage, and utilization of goods. Saka po its efficient inventory management is essential for ensuring that businesses can meet customer demand while minimizing costs. Ayun.
So, good afternoon. My name is Sheila May Bikizora. So, based on our surveys, strategies adopted to enhance inventory management, financial performance of the business in the past year. So, our group conducted a survey. So, based on our responded, the financial performance of the business in the past year. So, ang may pinakamataas na average rate which is yung good na nakapaloob is na 29.4%, and then ang pinakamababa is yung 5.9%. Next, please. And then the next is, dito naman po is nakatotal na po lahat nung mga nang responded po, mga sagot po na responded na from sales volume has stability and then the total cost of operation. So, ang may pinakamataas po dito is yung profitability po nila na nagkaroon po ng strongly agree. And then the sunod po is yung the total cost of operations. And then next, the sales volume has. And then the sales volume has steadily, and the last is the cost level have improved. So, meron po dyan na mga pagpipilian na strongly agree, neutral, disagree. Sa summarize naman po, barangay, focusing on employee and manager of Nervy Shop po. Some responded due to student patronage, while others were unresponsive due to budgeted meals. We attempted to obtain survey online, but encountered difficulties and frustration due to the large number of responded po and the lack of staff in some stores with are mostly privately po. Meron po kasing ibang mga employee or manager po na sobrang busy po at hindi naman po namin pwedeng i-pursue na i-interview po namin sila about po sa ginagawa po namin sa hindi sa interview po ng survey po namin kasi meron po ibang employee na hindi po nagbibigay ng ibang mga demographic profile po nila. Next, Eugene. Thank you for listening and that end of our presentations.